Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to Today's Play Doki Doki Literature Club by Team Salvato. I'm DeValiente, and I'm playing with my friend Bon, whose channel you can follow in the link in the description below. The Literature Club is full of cute girls. Will you write the way into their hearts? Warning, this video contains strong language, mentions of depression, suicide, and graphic imagery. Discretion is advised. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay.
Alright, it has been a couple of hours. Let's see how many of the voices I remember.
3.
3 hours. Three voices?
3 voices. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh my god, that's stuck.
Oh shit.
I'm also really picky. I don't like having my mouse drag.
Oh yeah.
So I always get like anytime it happens. So okay.
Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that, so I don't know why it is.
Well, I mean, this was on top of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would do it. Okay.
Alright, let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Bon! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood.
I'm a pretty simple gal.
But I guess it's always the simple things with you, anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
Aww. That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that all of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Oh. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Not really. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book.
Totally conveniently timed.
Yuri! Tell Bon to let me borrow some money. That's, Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just
Lay the smack down?
I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. It's about poetic justice.
Thinking about Batman.
I'm thinking about Batman. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun side of you. That's, There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution.
Comrade!
They're coming for my head. I guess I said let them eat cake too many times. Retribution. That! Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there?
A little devil named Taryn trying to buy a bag of like 500 beads.
Yes.
For $7.
Look, there were pearls in that. There was pearls in that bag.
There's treasure in yonder.
There's treasure in them antique malls. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But, you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. No, you've lost all credit.
Ow! Gah!
Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk.
Ow! What? Eh? A cookie?
Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Restitution?
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you.
The 180 on this child.
I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie.
Jeez, just eat it.
Or get a room. Jeez. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki.
Can I try it? It's the same fucking cookie.
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah. Why do you think I gave you that one?
That's me. I'm Natsuki.
You have the oatmeal raisin.
Yeah,
I have the chocolate.
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Oh, jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her.
Oh.
Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Wow, bold.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Nowhere is safe for you, child. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. And I'm 13. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Oh, eh?
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Oh. Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual.
I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me?
Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late.
I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Oh my god,
Could
it's
never
like
be me.
it's like in the Barbie movie when all the Barbies are like fawning over the Ken Bros. And it's just like, I don't know how you could like pull yourself away from your Ken.
You're enough.
You're enough. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances over at me. Oh, like, never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Oh. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least.
I don't know, I could zone out pretty hard.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Oh, I'm a jack of all trades. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
That's, Monica looks at me.
Save me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Bon. Fuck everybody else. You're the only one I do anything for.
Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I'll be perfect. Just for you. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck. Break a leg. Burn the house down.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
There was cookies. No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade.
Everyone talked about how hot Monica was.
Yeah. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. You're surprised by this. I've seen Jamie inhale things that shouldn't be inhalable. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Is Natsuki making tea now? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more because I wrote a poem just for her, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages, so she didn't actually read it. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out in your general direction. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place.
So you're not focused.
But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just
curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
I haven't actually read the book, and I'm just reading it so that we actually have something to talk about. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison.
Relatable.
Yeah.
And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
It's a love story. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Bon?
Are you? I mean, that kind of sounds interesting.
I mean, it would be up my alley.
If it was like a novella, I would probably read it, but I definitely wouldn't read it if it was like 500 something pages.
Oh, I'd read it if it were
Yeah.
900 pages. Absolutely.
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things she said, that she's into like deeply complex emotional stuff, and she recently got into horror.
Right. So I can imagine she's into like some extreme, creepy things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective.
Strange new horizons.
Strange new horizons.
Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise with this tin can.
When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans.
She's an Izzy Hands apologist.
She's an Izzy Hands apologist. I don't know. After the first 3 seasons of season 2, I'm kind of an Izzy Hands apologist. He's still a terrible fucking person. He's like the worst person on the show.
Honestly, I love him, though.
Only because the people worse than him are already dead.
It's like, he's one of those people that you just love to hate.
Yeah. What is his last name? Connell?
Con O'Neill or something?
Yeah, something like that. He's just such a good actor.
Oh, yeah.
And he's such a fucking sweetheart in real life. It's just like, no, I'm not, don't make me love you.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm just still thinking of that one gif where Ibby sent when she's like, "How's my angry little man?" I'm like, which one? And it's Izzy Hands with like little kawaii blush and baby girl. So funny.
Yeah.
I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. It's called autism. Have you heard of it? When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
That's autism. I really don't think you need to worry. I have autism too. My special interest is boobs. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's, well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it.
But you're a guy, and there's like some erotica in it, and it'll show if you're into it, you know?
Oh my god.
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? We can read it together. Let's read it out loud. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
Is this your first time?
That's, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone at a literature club.
Reading in company.
Reading, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye, and she's the apple of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry, I just really love this part. The beginning. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I'm autistic!
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Oh, I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Leave room for Jesus! It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Oh. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it. Hey, Yuri. Yeah. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. Did you write this? Is this Mary Sue?
This is fanfic.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Bon, that's probably, a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute.
Oh. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Oh.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Yuri?
Is it, Yuri?
You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
Oh, I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
Okay. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag.
Put a bookmark.
They don't believe in bookmarks here. Who would you show my... I feel like Monica should just always be last. But let's see what the dice say. Oh shit. I forgot my TikTok was open. That was they put a Dumbo fish or Dumbo octopus.
Oh yeah.
Or the umbrella octopus.
Yeah.
And I was just going for spooky season. Fuck, what was I doing? Dice. 3, Yuri. So we don't have to go very far.
Let's see what you've written for today. Oh.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Bon, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why? You did a good job explaining.
I really wanted to
try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows.
Oh, she's turned on by that.
Even her hands appear sweaty.
Oh yeah, that really got her going.
Knees shake, what is it? Hands sweaty, knees weak, mom spaghetti, something. Ew. Okay.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
Being so intimate.
I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. This is more patience than he ever gave Sayori.
I know. Like, it's funny how, like, when he talks with the other girls, it's almost, like, noble for each one of them.
Yeah.
Like, he's super understanding of each one of them, and then Sayori is like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, there's Rizzy.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway. Do you want to share your poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
Oh, good. She always writes the longest ones. Okay.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. Christ on a cracker, why they have to choose this script? The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me his excitement, a rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
Creepy.
I know the context of this, but
Yeah.
it is significant to her character.
Okay. I know nothing.
You'll see.
Yeah.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this... I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies, like murder. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Like the severed fingers in my lunchbox. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself? I like fingers.
Because, they're embarrassing. And also I'll get arrested. And people would make fun of me.
And arrest me.
Don't you have anything like that, Bon?
Where you get arrested?
Well, sometimes I walk across the street naked. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is
respect each other and our individualities. I like murder. You like streaking. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself and would have never committed my first murder. I might be ranting a little bit now.
This isn't ranting, it's just gushing, I guess. Info dumping.
But I'm glad you're a good listener.
Thank you for joining us for today's play, Doki Doki Literature Club by Team Salvato. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, a follow, and ring that notification bell so you know when a new episode drops. Also, don't forget to check out the link to the completely free Discord server to chat about games and whatever else is on your mind. I promise we don't bite that hard. Let's keep the comments chill so no hater spoilers, as we are not above removing those comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and we'll see you next time.